Nate Helgeson. I'm the bassoonist with Portland Baroque Orchestra. I'm an Oregon native. I was born and raised in Eugene. My family was sort of a musical family from the beginning. My father grew up in Portland, and he and his 4 brothers were all fantastic tenors. And I'm not on stage. I do like to spend a ton of time out in nature if I can. Pop out to the coast, go for a little camping trip. I was just on a 5-day hike at Strawberry Mountain. I was always captivated by the bassoon. Like, I was the nerdiest kid in high school, waking up and having breakfast, listening to bassoon concertos and humming that all day. I would go into my lessons and my teacher would be just astonished that I would have memorized some bassoon concerto and just be singing along the whole time. So I've always loved the sound world of it. I think it's a beautiful instrument, and I've found that captivating. One of the most common questions I get after concerts is, do you make your own reeds? The answer is absolutely yes. I spend a great deal of my time making reeds, and I think something that's not obvious to everybody about wind instruments is that the reed really is the instrument, and the bassoon itself is just a microphone for that reed. It generates the sound. It's like your voice box that then your nasal cavity and your chest resonates with.
My name is Joanna Blendolf, and I'm the co-principal cellist of the Portland Baroque Orchestra. My earliest memories of playing music was definitely with my family. I come from a very musical background. My father plays guitar, my mother plays the flute, my sister is a violinist. So there were many an evening of major music making in the house. I was born in Sweden, and my parents were also Swedish, made sure that we followed all the Swedish traditions, and that included food. So most of the holidays were spent in the kitchen making very traditional meals. I remember the first moment of being on stage playing with this group of people. I felt immediately a sense of family, and that is something that I have never lost the feeling of. The role of the cellist is specifically to support the rest of the orchestra, to support the bass line, to create highs and lows, harsh sounds or extremely gentle sounds, all with the bow. And that in itself is a bit of an ornament, because you're creating something different from just a plain note. You create notes that have bloom to them.
My name is Adam Lamott, and I'm a core member of Portland Baroque, have been for about 15 years now. My early musical background began, apparently, according to my mother, at age 4, when they took me to the symphony in Houston. I grew up in Houston, Texas. And they took me to the symphony, and I guess there was a violin soloist there, and I kind of pointed, and I want to do that. One of the things that I really appreciate about the Baroque sound world as opposed to the modern sound world is the style and the ability for us to kind of improvise in a way and play off the page. That combined with the different instruments that you don't hear in the symphony, the lute, the organ, and especially gut strings, natural gut strings, which have a much more earthy and resonant kind of sound. I actually have quite a few students, and I keep a private studio as well as do some university teaching. One of the things that I really like about teaching is not only passing on the knowledge that I've accumulated over years of playing and trying to perfect my own technique and think about music in a way that I can pass on to students, but also seeing them improve and seeing them month to month and year to year start to take a real fine interest instead of just a cursory, oh, I have to practice now, my mom told me to really see them inspired.
PBO has a special relationship with our audience because of the venue that we're in, because everybody's so close, and because of the relationships that we've developed over the years. I think it's a very tight-knit community. A lot of our audience members are people that are well known to us, that we've seen at concerts over many years, and that's a special relationship. I think it's a really valuable thing.
That first Handel Messiah, the sound of the choir, the grandeur of the piece. I had played that piece before, certainly, but there's something very special about my experience of that piece with PBO, and I'll never forget it.
We have a lot of fun together, and a lot of that comes from our leadership, because Monica, if anybody who has seen her can attest to this, the fact that she is an amazing performer and she owns the stage in a way. And it's like a great actor, actress coming on stage and you just have presence, you have like the whole light is shining and the whole place is just vibrating with energy because she's giving so much of her talent and her love for music and love for performing. And she loves to be on stage, she loves to talk to the audience, she loves to bring them into her circle. There's not sort of a scrim between her and her audience. And it's infectious, and it just spreads throughout the group, and it's, you know, we all do have a great time performing together.